you, God loves me, and God loves everybody. God loves you, God loves me, and God loves everybody. Woo! Hello, universe, and welcome back to the Mrs. Wonderful Show. Yes, I am so glad that you are here with me on today. I am Mrs. Wonderful, and this is your co-host, Tony.
We're back.
We are back. We have been very busy and
crossing up with schedules and really couldn't get it together. So we are back trying to finish up this season. Well, I ain't gonna say trying to finish up the season. We need to finish up the season because we kind of been leaving y'all in limbo for a little bit. So we back. We're gonna get this done, and those of you who have stuck with us even through this long hiatus.
Yes.
We thank you and we appreciate y'all for sticking around and hanging with us, even if y'all didn't know the show was posted. But thank you for staying with us, staying in the game with us.
Yes, and if this is your first time watching, I thank you for following us in all the shows that we have done. I don't know how many shows we have done, but it's been we have quite.
If it's their first time, then this would be the first show they see.
Oh, I mean, thank you for what I'm trying to say is if this is your first time, thank you for tuning in and to check out our other shows that we have.
Yes. This is what, the 6th season?
Yes, and plus we have shows that's not in the season. Yeah. Yeah, we have 6 seasons and then it was some.
I had a little brain fart there.
Yeah.
I didn't know exactly what was going on, but
yeah, we have shows.
It came back to me.
We have shows that have that's in a season, 6 seasons, but then we have a few shows that wasn't quite in a season. I believe there was a couple that.
So they're like branch shows.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So I thank you guys for joining us on today. This is our success season.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, where we are teaching you how to be successful
in our perspective.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. So the last episode we spoke about we talked about giving yourself a pep talk. Tony had mentioned that one of the best conversations that you can have is with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you were saying.
Yeah.
You were saying something about how people might think you crazy when you talk to yourself, but
well, as I said in the last episode, all of us got a little bit of nuttiness in us, and all of us got a little bit of tick. So, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're crazy that you talk to yourself, because I believe that everybody talks to themselves at one particular time or another in their life. When sometimes you just don't have nobody else to talk to, and you need to give yourself a pep talk because nobody else is around to give you that pep talk. So some of the best conversations and some of the best motivational advice or motivational pep talks will be to yourself. So you gotta remember that, to not taking it away where you feel like I might be crazy because I'm talking to myself, because we all do it. And if somebody tell you that they don't do it, then 9 times out of 10 they're probably lying about that. Yeah, at least that's what I believe. So yeah.
And yes, so then you have we spoke about who are you leaning on for success.
Are you leaning on somebody for your success?
Yes.
Are you kind of waiting for somebody to springboard you or give you that jump start into your dream, into your destiny?
Yes.
Yeah.
Some people do depend on people for their success instead of going after it themselves or whatever. So so you have to take the initiative and chase success on yourself, because people will say they'll be there for you and then they're not there for you. So you want to make sure that you are pushing yourself, that you're believing in yourself to go forward. Yes. So pretty much that's what we spoke about last episode and other things. And okay, so this episode we're speaking about, today's discussion question is, Are you sitting on your ideas? Wow. Are you sitting on your ideas? There are a lot of people who dream all day long, and God has given them ideas to grow and to become all for them to grow and to become all that He wants them to be. So why is it that people sit on their ideas? Tony, you want to start? Why do you feel like people are sitting on their ideas?
You really want me to start? Because I don't stop.
Actually, I planned we did.
Okay.
Yes, you are. You are, and I will come in. Yeah. Okay.
So what was the
so why is it that people sit on their ideas? As you think?
Well, in my opinion,
yes.
In my opinion, because these are not definite answers, but these are more personal answers of it, more personal answers than anything. I think a lot of times people sit on ideas, and I've been guilty of this myself. A lot of people sit on ideas because of procrastination. That's one big reason why I feel like people will sit on ideas, because I've sat on a couple of ideas myself because of procrastination, and kind of waited for it to kind of I guess kind of manifest. I kind of waited on the idea to kind of grow, but that can work in both areas, because some ideas you have might take some time to grow, but in other areas you might get an idea, and that idea needs to be worked on right at that moment, because you could lose the momentum. And I think I was listening to a video last week, and it's the first time I actually listened to the video, so I'm not even going to try to quote it, but I know it was I was listening to Tony Robbins. Is it Rob? No, Tony Robbins, and he was saying that you lose some. I don't want to try to quote it because I need to start it. I put that into my new batch of motivational videos. But basically, what he was saying was, we get these ideas, and the reason why we don't act on them is because we lose the momentum. And sometimes sometimes you move on that idea. Once you move on that idea, that momentum begins to increase. You ever had an idea, or you wanted to do something, and then when you acted on it right away, it seemed like it gets bigger and it gets bigger, and you feel more assertive about it. You feel good about it. You feel like you're actually moving toward a goal, and you're moving toward something that you thought about, or you acted on that idea that you thought about, in opposed to saying, okay, I got this idea and I don't move on it, and you procrastinate on it, and then that momentum begins to shrink and it begins to die down, and then your own voice starts to talk to yourself, where you say, okay, well, the doubt starts to creep in, the fear starts to creep in. You start to say, okay, well, do I really have what it takes to do what I want to do, or can I really do this idea that I thought about? You might have, I don't know, maybe it might be an invention, or something you might want to write, or a project that you want to work on, and you feel so strongly about it, but then you don't move on it, and then that voice starts to talk to you, say, okay, I can't do it, or you start thinking about all the reasons why this particular idea might go wrong. So in my opinion, it's more for procrastination. Sometimes it's fear. You don't want to move on that idea because of fear, because of you saying that, hey, this might not work the way I'm thinking it's going to work. Or you thinking about, okay, well, how many people are going to talk about me, and how many people that I share this idea with, how many people are going to actually be in my corner. So from what I'm learning, and still learning to this day, because I still have that issue of getting ideas inside of my head and procrastinating on them. So that's something that I'm working on consistently, because as I just told y'all, I get more of a push and more of a motivation when I jump right on it and start moving, instead of me just waiting and kicking back to see what's going to happen. I'll give y'all another example of something that I moved on and I actually felt good about doing it. And I'm writing my first book, and at first I didn't really think that I could pull it off, because I gave the ideas to my wife, and I told her, hey, look, why don't I thought about the idea, and then after I thought about the idea, I gave it to her, and I was like, well, maybe it's something that we both can do together. And then after that, I just kind of pushed it off to her. And then after I pushed it off to her, she was like, okay, well, no, why don't we just do it together? And I was about to sit on it, and then something was like, just do it. And then next thing I know, I'm coming up with ideas like bang, bang, bang. Chapters was just popping up in my head, and I'm like, don't wait on it, because if you wait on it, it's going to die out. So I would get the idea, and as soon as I got the idea, I jumped on it and started writing it, which it led from one chapter, and then it went to another chapter, and then it went to another chapter, and then it went to another chapter. So I think out of order that, I got about 6 chapters out of my head in the course of like maybe 2 to 3 days, because I was like, okay, I'm getting this idea, I'm getting this idea. So the point I'm trying to make is I jumped on it, and by jumping on it, it fed that momentum to say, okay, it made it increase and say, okay, well, boom, you got this idea, jump on it, move. Instead of me just saying, okay, well, you just take the idea and you run with it. And if I would have, just sat on it, I'm pretty sure those chapters would have never came out of my head. So just moving off that momentum, and just when you get the idea, just move on it. Now, some ideas do require you to kick back and kind of think about it for a little bit, but from what I've been learning, that you get the idea, if you move on it, then it'll increase on its own. It'll increase with its own energy.
All right. Can you stop right there?
I'm done.
All right.
Well, I ain't done, but I'm done right there.
Yeah. Okay. Because what I have to add is this is the perfect time for me to go ahead and insert what I'm about to say.
Cool.
So, well, I'm going to say that a lot of people are afraid of what might happen if they put an idea off. Mm-hmm. The idea was meant, like what Tony says, when you get an idea, it's meant for sometimes right then and there for you to jump on it now. So, people don't act on them right away. People get an idea. When you get an idea, you need to write them down and start executing that idea. God is trying to help you and to get you to where your heart desires. So when those ideas come, don't ignore them. Write them down and go ahead and jump on them, because those ideas can be life-changing. Now, since 2011, since I began working in the career and in my career, every idea that I have had, I have never sat on it. I go at it right then and there. And what I have known is that when you sit on ideas, sometimes is that you lose it. Sometimes some ideas you need to act on it, like Tony said, because it's power. It's power when you act on an idea right now. Because, for instance, I was writing a piece, and there was a rainbow in the sky. And an idea came in my head. Go get your camera, record this right now, and speak about it. And had I had waited a couple of minutes later, the rainbow would have been gone, and it would have not matched with what I'm saying, because the rainbow would have been gone had I had waited. So I have noticed, and I've been testing that on certain ideas. When ideas come, you may be afraid, but sometimes God will give you ideas that might make you feel afraid, and you will be scared. But somebody needs to hear what you got to say. Somebody needs your idea. Those ideas come to you, and somebody is waiting for you to be courageous. Somebody is waiting. If I had $20 or $100 bill for every time somebody said, I needed to hear what you had to say. Thank you for having the courage of speaking out. Mm-hmm. So sometimes you are given things, and that's why God is always saying, and if you read the Bible, if you don't, he's always saying, be bold, be courageous, because what I'm giving you might scare you, but it's gonna bless you at the end. So you just sometimes
that fear stops.
Well, I understand. I have moved towards that. I have learned to work with that fear. I'm scared every day. I'm scared.
Well, I guess that's why they say be bold and courageous.
Yes.
I mean, you're either gonna be fearful. You're either gonna be fearful and not move, or you're gonna be bold and move through it. I think too. The more you do it, that fear is always gonna be there. That fear ain't. I don't think that fear is ever gonna go away. But the more you move toward not being as fearful, it becomes a little bit easier. Where being bold becomes more of a easier choice. Because I think any idea that you get, you're always going to be fearful that
what people might think.
It might not work.
Those ideas that might not work. You might look foolish. You might. People might. Oh my goodness. You always be like, oh my God, what people may think. What people may think sometimes, but
I think after a while it gets kind of old though. Because it's kind of like, who cares what people think. Now I will quote this from Les Brown because I just finished listening to this today. What people have to say about you and your dream is none of your business. Has nothing to do with you. How people feel about you and your dream and your ideas or whatever it is you got in your head, whatever you need to do is none of your business. Because they're going to think it anyway. So why spend your time worrying about what people are going to think about you and your dream or your ideas or what you do? So you might as well just move anyway, because regardless if you do it or not, they're going to think and say what they're going to think and say about you anyway.
And I want to say that it is so true what you're saying. It don't matter what you do. People are going to talk about you. It don't matter what you do. You can be nice, the nicest person in the world, the sweetest person in the world. People will talk. You can be the most powerful person in the world.
People still going to talk
to you. And people going to talk about you.
Yeah. I said this in another video. I said it in another video, and I said it before. That you got to be... What you have to be... I'm trying to think of my own... I'm trying to think of my own stuff. What was it I said? I'm asking you, but I was on the show with you. And I was like, you either going to roll with me, or I'm going to roll right over you. Unapologetically.
Let me tell you something. He means it. He really means it.
You kind of... that's a step in being bold and courageous. Like, either you're gonna be on my team or you not. You either with me or you're not with me. So
he means it.
You either gonna roll with me or I'm gonna roll right over you.
He means it.
Unapologetically. Just
he means it.
Like, hey, it is what it is.
He means it.
It is what it is, man. So anyway.
And everybody is not against you. Everybody is not against you. Everybody is not against you. There are people that is for you. Yeah. And they are not against you.
No, we're not.
So before you roll over everybody.
No. I'm not saying just roll over them just to roll over them. I'm just saying, like, you're gonna have people that's gonna show you that they're in your corner, and you're gonna have people that's gonna show you that they're not in your corner. And you have to be able to pick and choose. I say another quote from Les Brown. OQP, only quality people. You should only put quality people in your life that's going to actually be in your corner, that's going to give you the motivation that you need when you need them, people that's going to support your dream. Because if people can't see it for themselves, they're not going to be able to see it for you. So you got to be able to have people in your life that's going to see the dream that you have in store for yourself. And even if they don't believe in it, you can get that from anywhere in the world. You can get that from anywhere. But you need people that's going to encourage you and that's going to support your dream, regardless how you're going to go about doing it. You have to have people that's be able to say, you know what, go after it. Go do it. Push and go and go for it. That's what you need in your life. So that's what I mean by, if you're not going to be with me, I'm gonna roll over you if necessary. That's what I mean by that. Because if you're not going, what's the point of me keeping you around, or what's the point of me being near you or having you in my circle, and you ain't doing nothing but feeding me negative energy? I got enough stuff going on in my head, and I got enough thoughts. I got enough of my own thoughts telling me that I might not be able to do this. So the last thing I need is an outside presence telling me, well, why are you doing this? I don't think that's a good idea. Do you think you want to start that? You want to start this at this age, or you want to start this now? Why don't you just stay where you at? It's better for you if you just stay where you at. How you gonna tell me what's better for me, and you don't even know what's better for me? I know what's good for me. You don't know what's good for me. People like that, you need to just dismiss them and get rid of them. Because if they not gonna be in your corner, why am I keeping you around?
I want to say that for all of you who are chasing a dream and dealing with everyday life issues, and people who are working, have families, and still holding down the fort, and and you have a dream in your mind and causes you frustration. You don't know what to do, where to turn, where to go, and you still pushing, you doing the best you can, and you're not allowing that dream to die. I'm here to say, keep moving and keep doing you and keep believing.
And kudos to you for going through all of that. Kudos to you for not letting that dream go. Because I know it's a really thin string to juggle so many different things at one time, where you like, okay, well, I'm trying to hold this down, and I'm trying to do this, and I want to work on what I want to work on, and at the same time I'm doing this balancing act where at times it is not easy. It's not easy because I'm living it myself. So that really thin string that you're holding on to, and if I let this thing go, everything is gonna crumble down. It's kind of like Jenga. You building that tower up, and if you move that one wrong piece, the whole thing is gonna crumble. So you're like, okay, I'm holding on to this as tight as I can because I can't let it go. You don't want to give up. You want to hold on to it. You believe in what you're doing, and sometimes life will make you say, what for? What am I doing this for? Why am I going to keep on continuing to put myself through this when I could just let it all go? I can quit. I can let it go. I can just settle for an ordinary existence, an ordinary life. And I think all this stuff is coming in my head from Les Brown, where he says, you live your life the whole time, and if you're on your deathbed, what if you had all the ghosts of all the dreams and all the ideas of all the things that you never pulled the trigger on, and they all standing by your bed looking at you with angry eyes saying, we came to you, and only you could have given us life. And it's kind of like I think about that myself when, I think about it and I say, if I'm not executing on a lot of things that I want to do, and I'm laying on my deathbed, and all the dreams and the goals and all the wishes and aspirations that I wanted to do are sitting by my bedside asking me that question, like, we came to you, like, what did you do? Like, why did you just let us sit by the wayside, and why did you not let us help you achieve what you wanted to achieve? And what am I going to tell them? And I think about that, like, do I really want that to happen? Do I really want all the talents and abilities that I have inside of me to die along with me? So it's, a lot of stuff that I think about as we going on through this journey and going through this success season to try to figure out the best ways for us to be successful in this lifetime while we live here. Because we only get one go round at this thing. So it's like, okay, well, why not push and go for what we want to go after, even no matter how hard it's going to be? And here we go again with another Les Brown quote. Easy is not an option. It's going to be hard. It's hard trying to juggle a job that you might not want to be at, and you go in there for 8 to 10 hours a day, 5 days a week, and you're trying to find ways to do that and hold down the fort for a family and try to squeeze in time to do your personal hobbies and your dreams, and you're trying to juggle all this stuff. It's hard. It's not easy. It's not easy to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and work out before you go to work so you can have time to work on your dream when you get off of work. It's hard. It's not easy. And it's not an option, because the easy option is to say, oh, I'm just going to stay in the bed. I'm not going to work out. I'm going to come home and I'm just going to go to sleep. And I'm not going to work on my dream. It's easy to do that. It's easy to just throw in the towel and say, nah, not today. I'll do it tomorrow. That's the easiest thing I think people will say. I'll do it tomorrow. I'm too tired, But you can make time for everything else. So if you can make time for other garbage that you might do in your life, the same amount of time you'll spend binge watching that show on Netflix for 2-3 hours. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that, because everybody needs their relaxation and relaxation time. But if that's all you doing with your free time, knowing that you got all these abilities and gifts inside of you, why not take 2 or 3 hours that you would spend on Netflix or cable binge watching a show, and you can say, you know what, let me take this and let me learn something new. Let me learn a new language. Let me pick up something. Let me learn something that I never thought I would be able to learn. Why not take that time and just develop yourself, man? Why not take it and just do that, And it's going to be hard. It's not an easy task to try to pull off everything that you want to do in your life to try to make yourself happy and feel fulfilled and feel satisfied and feel like you're making progress in your life. It's not an easy thing. So if you think it's going to be easy, you might as well just push that idea and that notion out the door and just recognize and realize it's going to be hard. But do you have the discipline and the mental fortitude to stick it out and push even when you are tired, even when you want to go to bed, even when you want to say, man, I'm so sleepy. Give it 30 minutes. Give it an hour. Do something. Something is better than nothing. So, give it everything you got, man. Give it everything you got. Even if you got a little bit. A little bit is better than nothing. Even if you get through your day and you got 20% left, give that last 20% to something that's going to make you feel better about yourself. And then that way, you can say, you know what, I did what I came here to do. I'm tired. I'm a little bit worn out. Yeah, but I'm giving it all I got. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not everybody is going to understand what you are dealing with. Not everybody is going to understand. Sometimes your children may not understand. Your husband may not understand. Your wife may not understand when you are chasing your dream. Sometimes people are not going to understand and see what you're dealing with and going through on a daily basis, trying to fight for your life and to chase the deep thing that's calling you deep down inside. Sometimes people might not understand you, and you're chasing something that you may not even know that you're getting a reward, but all you know is that the dream is calling you and that you are going after that dream. And I want you to know that don't give up, because when you work hard, there is no way that God, the universe, God will look after you. There's no way that the energy, the effort, and everything you put in this thing, that something is not going to come after you. Because why? Think about it. If you have children and you see them doing what they have to do, and you see they working hard, and then you go and you reward them because they're being obedient. They doing what they have to do. It makes you want to give them something. You have an animal and they're doing good. They're being good pets. And you give them a treat because you want to reward them. Why? What thinks that you are any less than that? That God is not going to bless you too. So I want you to know that you keep climbing. You keep dreaming. You keep moving. And for the person that's holding down the fort and you doing all those things, you are a miraculous person. It takes a special person to be able to do what you do. A special person. Not many people can do those things. On that note, do you have anything to add?
I'm good. Mm-hmm.
I want you to know your why. Listen to me, people. Know your why. Why do you want to be famous? Why do you want to be popular?
You have to be famous or popular. Why are you doing what you want to do?
Why are you doing what you want to do?
What is the reason why? What is your reason why? What is the why for why you? I can't even get my stuff together. What is the reason?
You might be sleepy.
I am sleepy. I am sleepy. What is the reason why you're doing what you're doing?
Yes.
I ain't going deep. That's it. Okay. That's why you're doing what you're doing. That's
okay.
I don't think it gets any clearer than that.
Okay. All right. So remember what we said in the last episode. You might have to jump and not be afraid. And know that God is going to catch you. I'm going to start wrapping this up because my co-host might be getting a little tired.
Yeah, Tony's a little sleepy. We normally do this in the daytime, but
yes, we are working.
We gotta work with our time, with our time constraint. I ain't gonna say constraints, but we gotta work with our schedule.
Yeah.
So I'm a little bit on the sleepy side. So I think I'm pulling everything out of me right now. So yeah, it's kind of pulling everything out of me right now. So yeah, I'm kind of sleepy. Yeah.
Okay, well that wraps up today's discussion. Now, Tony, we already asked you, do you have anything to add? So you say you're good. Yeah. Well, moving on to the rest of the show. Now it's time for the tip of the day.
Okay.
Where is it that you want to go?
Since I'm about to be being sleepy, now I'm starting to yawn.
Where is it that you want to go? Do you want to travel?
You said where you?
The question is, where is it do you want to go? It's a tip of the day.
You getting to it?
Yeah, I'm getting to it. Where is it that you want to go? Do you want to travel? Do you want to get a new job? Do you want to have children? Well, whatever it is, I want you to start preparing for that particular thing that you want right now. And, do you want to save money? Well, it's time to plot. Yes, that's very important. Time to plot with saving money and to prepare yourself. And the thing is, sometimes you have to sacrifice. That's the hard part. Because you have to sacrifice in order to sometimes save money and do what you need to do to prepare.
Studio cat.
Oh, there's my studio cat. Hey, Jasmine. Hi, Jasmine. As you see,
I don't think she's worried about us.
Yeah, she's not worried about us, you guys, but that is our studio cat. Hey, studio cat. So she's actually being quiet today. So you have to prepare for what you want in life. Just like a mom is the new parents are preparing for their baby. Right? Every week they're getting ready, they're preparing, so you have to take that and add that to every area of your life, and honestly, I can use more of that as well. Yeah. Okay. So, Tony, are you with me or are you asleep?
I'm with you.
Okay. Okay, you guys. It is time.
Yeah, I'm sleepy because I'm getting goofy.
It
Yeah.
It is time for my favorite part of the day is introducing our books. Our Amazon picks for the day. The first Amazon pick is Unstoppable. Okay. Unstoppable is written by Lakita T. Sharp. Yes. And this book, she has experienced obstacle after obstacle. She has experienced obstacle after obstacle.
Her hand ain't steady.
And, started off in retail, and then she started her ministry. So check out this book, Unstoppable by Lakita T. Sharp. Yes, and the second Amazon pick is, go for it.
Second Amazon pick, which I don't know after this long hiatus, but the second pick is Higher is Waiting, and I'm actually getting it right this time because I'm not gonna say Higher is Learning. But Higher is Waiting by Tyler Perry, and it's been a while. It's been a while since I read this, so kind of refer back to what I was saying back in the other videos because I can't remember what I was saying about this book. But from what I remember, it's he's basically telling I don't know what's he.
Let me go for it. Let me go for it.
Yeah, you go for it because I really can't remember.
So basically, we all know Tyler Perry, and a lot of us already know his story. But for those of you who do not know his story, he kept on putting on his play, and one of his first plays kept on putting it on, and nobody would show up at his show. Nobody, or only 30 people or a few people, and he did not give up. He kept the faith and he kept believing.
Till eventually one day he looked out the window from one of his plays and the whole outside was packed.
Very good. Very good. Yes. Yeah. Yes. All right. Well, if that pretty much is our show, if you have a question for me, Mrs. Wonderful, please shoot us an email at ksharpkids@gmail.com.
I think my sleepiness is starting to wear off on her.
Sometimes my thoughts get to me, you guys. Yeah. I deal with it.
Yeah. Shoot us an email if you got any questions, comments, any topics that you might want us to talk about. Because who knows? We probably got some more seasons coming up. Just shoot us an email at ksharpkids@gmail.com. Huh? No, me. Shoot us an email at ksharpkids.
We work great together, huh?
Something like that. Shoot us an email at ksharpkids.
You look good. You look good, by the way. I didn't tell you that today. You look good.
I'm trying to.
You look. Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Let me try this again.
Okay.
Shoot us an email at ksharpkids. No, God, man. Shoot us an email.
K-Sharp, you right.
Shoot us an email.
K-Sharpkids.
I said ksharpkids at.
Oh my!
I don't know what I said, but let me try this one more time and get this correct.
K-Sharpkids.
Shoot us an email at ksharpkids@gmail.com if you got any questions, comments, or any topics you want us to talk about.
Embarrassing.
Check out the show. Check out the other season. If you like what you're seeing, hit the subscribe button so we can bring y'all some more content. We appreciate what y'all are doing with us. We appreciate y'all sticking with us. And we definitely appreciate y'all for watching the show. So,
we are here, and I thank you so much, you guys, on Facebook. Hello to you. Thank you for watching. And YouTube, thank you for watching, you guys. Sometimes I have mental issues and I deal with thoughts and stuff that bothers me sometimes. So sometimes it's hard for me to do a show. I'm just letting you know this is real talk, that I'm still moving and I'm still pushing, and I have hard times sometimes, but I'm keeping going because I know that God, gave me the show to help people. So, and our show to help people. So, yeah. So real talk. I hope you have a blessed day and evening or night. Yes, but if they see this, it's probably going to be evening, night, morning. It's social media. You can click. Right? Yeah, it's going to be on Facebook as well. Yeah, it's on Facebook and YouTube.
But it's more of a YouTube show.
Yes.
So, it's more of a YouTube show. So,
yes.
I guess you're watching this whenever
whatever time is. And
I guess you watching this whatever time of the day that you watching it. We're just recording it at night, and like I said, I'm sleepy. Tony is sleepy. Tony going home, and Tony going to get into bed. I'm going to eat me some trail mix, and I'm going to bed because I'm tired.
Love you, and thank you for spending this 40 minutes and 15 seconds with us. God bless you.
I don't know. Okay.
Well, anyway, thank you for spending 40 minutes and 24 seconds with us. Blessings.
Could have done anything else. You could have been anywhere else, but you with us, so we appreciate it.
God bless you.
Yeah.
God loves you.
Oh,
God.
You forgot the other thing.
As always,
yeah.
Stay cool. Stay smooth. And stay marvelous.
Marvelous. We ain't done a show in so long. She don't even know our tagline.
God loves you. God loves me. And God loves everybody. God loves you. God loves me. And God loves everybody. Blessings.
Signing off. Y'all take it easy.